There's a misconception that rocket science is hard, but I disagree. And to prove it, I'm going to teach you rocket science in 90 seconds. This is a rocket. The pointy end goes up, the fiery end goes down. To make sure this happens, you need to have your center of mass above the center of pressure, which is the average of all the surface area. To do this, you stick large fins at the bottom. To create combustion, you need oxygen and fuel. So inside the fuselage, there are 2 tanks of liquid oxygen and 1 of rocket fuel, which could be anything that can be set on fire. 2 pipes run to the engine. They mix and explode to push the rocket up, but you also need to push them out fast. So inside the engine, there's a second rocket engine to pump the fuel out the end of the rocket. Fuel tanks are heavy, so as they empty, you are carrying around a lot of dead weight, so rockets are broken up into stages. So basically, you put a rocket on top of another rocket, and when the bottom one is empty, you ditch it, where it burns up in the atmosphere or lands in the ocean. There's one other reason to stage a rocket, and that's so you can use a different bell nozzle with the engine. You want to keep the thrust going downwards as much as possible. When the exhaust leaves the rocket, the pressure of the air outside pushes in on the exhaust, changing the direction of thrust on itself, therefore wasting energy that could be used to lift a rocket. So when you're on the surface, you want smaller nozzles with higher pressure and more of them, and when you're in space, you want a very large nozzle with low pressure. If you want to get to space and stay in space by getting into an orbit, going up is important, but what's even more important is going sideways. We know projectiles follow parabolic arcs, so they go up and then they come down, but to make that arc larger, you need to make the projectile go faster. We go upwards so we get out of the atmosphere and don't have to deal with the thick air that would slow us down. Once you're high enough, you point the rocket horizontally and start to increase the parabola wider and wider until your parabola is so large that it wraps back on itself and turns into an ellipse. What this means is that you are now falling so fast that you miss the Earth over and over again. Now look around and enjoy the amazing view of the universe.